Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Welcome to the new contracts. We are now trading the NQU, and make sure you roll those over. But today I want to go through a quick trade that I took to bring in roughly $2,500 across my accounts. I'll insert a screenshot here, but want to walk you through what I was looking at this morning to take these trades to make the quick gain so we can go on about our day. And as always, we're looking left, my friends. So let's get our drawing shapes out. I like to look at what happens, pre-market as well as the overnight sessions to really gain a good picture as to how things may look as we go throughout the day. So I like to look at these general ranges because as you'll notice, between where we're starting this and where we are headed here, we have some bounces. And then let's go right until about the 8 a.m. session right about here. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. So we will cut right through it. And what you will notice is as we're looking at the depth of market, not a lot of volume traded down here. And we have a lot of interest in this area and beyond. It's crazy to think we are looking at these all-time highs, which is absolutely nuts. But you'll notice here at the very early hours between the 2 and the 4 a.m. session, we had strong buying and then some strong selling. And I like to look right at the candle here. Look, we see this imbalance. Boom, boom. Sellers came through. And then here we are. So we have somewhat of a range that we can look at. And if we jump down into the 1-minute time frame, as you're looking at the early morning, we've just got Chop City within this region here. And we have our VWAP. But as you'll notice, the consolidation from the early morning session was above VWAP. And then we went below and we could not get back close to VWAP or even touch it and hold above it at this time in the market. So let's not look here. Let's look specifically in this general range as we're looking at the DOM. So until about 9:45, 10 a.m. So we have our consolidation here. Candles get tighter, bodies get smaller, and then I'm just going to zoom in. You will notice we creep up. We get a bunch of liquidity above VWAP, but clearly we have a strong rejection. So this is where I am considering taking the market short with what I wanted to see. We had a sweep down, but one thing I've learned about NQ is that you certainly cannot trust it. And it's usually going to go further and sell off stronger or, push up, squeeze stronger than you think it will. So I was a little paranoid, and I do think you have to trade paranoid too. Going back to the drawing tools, though, you notice right here, these candles cannot close above this last green candle. We have a push down, doji, push down. And as you'll know in my previous videos, if you guys want to see that doji candle pattern that I look for, please comment down below so I can break that down for you guys. But this was the exact strategy I took because it was these two bodies where I made the $200 because I got short here and my stop was just above. So my stop was at this swing high. And then I knew that if we couldn't get bodies to close above this green candle, we were in rough shape for longs. So my stop was up here. This is where I was short. I did not capitalize on this move down. Would have made much more. But again, trade paranoid, get in and get out quickly so you can take your gains. But let's look at what happened the rest of the day and how you could have firmed up your bias to potentially look for longs and catch this, all-time high move. So if you took your Fibonacci and you went from the low and you went from the high and you could be patient. Now, granted, we are trading in hindsight here. Hindsight will always be 2020. This is not one of those videos. I'm not one of those guys. But if you were looking for pivot low to pivot high, you could have gotten long here at the 50 or the 38 and you would have had a nice rest of your day. But let's remove the Fibonacci's. We'll come back down here. As you remember from the 5-minute candles, this was the lower end of that range, okay? So as the market opened up, what happens? We push back through it. We're above VWAP. We're holding above VWAP nicely. We push down. We have a strong little liquidity grab here. And as you can see on the MACD, and again, everyone likes to laugh at the MACD and say that it might be a little outdated or whatever you want to call it. But what happens right here? You've got your MACD crossover, and then we push right above VWAP. We're going to all-time highs. And again, you had the little dip right in here to this demand zone, whatever you want to call it, area of interest or consolidation, where the buyers were pretty strong. And then you'll notice here on the DOM, lots of support when it comes to buy orders sitting right here compared to this, right? So if you look at this area of the Dow, I'm just going to draw a line. If you look right in here, you'll notice not much order taking place, not a lot of interest, but right up here, the VWAP, a lot of pushing up. And now what are you going to see? We have a lot of liquidity just kind of hanging out. But that's everything for today's videos, guys. I want to thank you. We're almost at 900 subs, which is pretty sweet. But shoot me any comments, questions down below, and I will see you guys in the next video.